When I mention Mexico, what do you think about? Just take your time. If I mention the word Mexico, what would you think about? You probably think of some gangsters, some killings, some violent acts, right? Today, I saw Mexico on the news. They said that a mayor was shot in the Day of the Dead. It's a celebration, and a mayor was shot. So that's the major news. And every time I hear of Mexico in the news, it's always negative, negative. And I worked with a lot of Mexican people when I was over there. And so and they were really nice people and really industrious. So I want to use this segment to really tell you some fun facts about Mexico. So anytime you think of Mexico, you can think of good things. The first thing is Mexico is the largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. Yeah, largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. Second, Mexico has the largest pyramid. They call it Pyramid of Cholula. Yeah, Pyramid of Cholula. Yeah. Now, the third one is Mexico has over 68 official languages. 68 official languages. Is the most diverse country in the world. Yeah, is that not fun? And then they have over 137 museums in Mexico. 100, and that country has more, 137 museums in Mexico. Imagine that. And again, do you know that chocolate that you eat originated in Mexico? Do you know that? I think they even said tomato too, but chocolate originated in Mexico by the Aztecs. You know that? So when you eat chocolate, remember Mexico. One of the first birth controls was used in Mexico, it was discovered there, one of the first birth control that people use now. And the last, but not the least, is the fact that Fidel Castro, one of my idols, and Che Guevara, another one of my idols, met in Mexico, where they sat and they planned the Cuban Revolution. And the Cuban Revolution was, they wanted to overthrow, I believe it was General Batista, who was ruling Cuba at that time, and he was very repressive and he was abusing his power. People were suffering. And they came to Mexico City, and they sat down and they planned the Cuban Revolution, how they were going to take over Batista. And guess what happened? And it was successful. That's how Fidel Castro came into power, and that's why you can never forget the name Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. So anytime you think of Mexico, think of one of these things I talked about. So to my Mexican friends, I salute.